This is What If Naruto Could Steal Kekkei Genkai, Part 5. So, last time we left off with Naruto actually beating Gaara. So when he beat Gaara, this results in Naruto, I'm going to say Naruto beats him earlier. And he goes back to the village, of course, carrying Sasuke, and he hears about the battle between Orochimaru and and the third Hokage? No. I must hope, Naruto says to himself. He quickly rushes over, leaving Sasuke in capable hands, probably some medical ninja. So now, Naruto would rush over. People would be like, "What can you do, kid?" Not even Jonin could get in there. So now, Naruto is going to end up... One moment. So Naruto rushes back. He ignores the statement earlier. And then he rushes towards where the battle is taking place. He sees a barrier. And he thinks to himself, if I can actually cause these guys, one of these four ninja who are creating this barrier, to be incapacitated, will this break the barrier? And Naruto says, time to find out. He quickly goes into Scorch Release, and then he throws a flame bomb. Basically, basically a flame, just a flame ball, and he throws it, and one of the Sound Ninja doesn't see it coming, hits him in the face. I'm gonna say it's the fat one, the weakest one of them all. Naruto quickly rushes forward with a kunai in hand, stabs downward. This guy has to quickly rush out of the way. He rolls. This will break the barrier at this point in time, but Naruto sees this as a chance. He has to finish the job. He quickly creates ice mirrors, and this actually leads to him using one of his favorite things. He's going to go in and he's going to do a Shadow Clone Jutsu. He creates the ice mirror. He goes, Shadow Clone Jutsu! Two Shadow Clones appear in there, and they're just like going supersonic speed almost, it seems, and they're just going in and out through the mirrors, perfect unison. And then they start using Scorch Release, and they're throwing the balls around, and it's just destroying this guy until the point where he goes into his second state of the curse mark. But then Naruto, he brings down his kunai, and he stabs the guy, and he splits him in... He ends up cutting him extremely deeply, causing him to bleed out, and he's going to die. Naruto quickly joins in the battle, and at this point, Orochimaru has no choice but to reanimate the first and second Hokage, and he almost got the fourth, but it was barely stopped. So now, Naruto is going to see these guys, and they're going to say hello to Hiruzen, Sarutobi, and they're going to be like, hello, Sarutobi, you're an old man now. Who's this runt with you? He's like, this is Naruto Uzumaki. And they're like, I don't know who that is, but cool. So at that point in time, they're gonna end up fighting against him. I believe Naruto's gonna end up going against both along. He's gonna be helping. I think he'll end up going against the second Hokage, Tobirama, for the beginning part, as Hashirama and Orochimaru would be going against third Hokage. Naruto is actually easily beating Tobirama at this point in time. No sweat. And Tobirama has to remark on this guy, on Naruto's skills. You're a fine shinobi. But you don't look like an Uchiha to me. Actually, Naruto states, I'm not really an Uchiha. If you think about it, I could steal Kekkei Genkai. And that's what I'm able to do. And the Sharingan is actually a Kekkei Genkai. He explains it, and Tobirama is like, one thing you do lack is common sense. Don't speak so much in a battle, as he lands a strict, fast punch to Naruto. Now, Naruto would end up going against him. He'd probably end up switching with Sarutobi. He'd be like, switch! He switches inward. He pulls out his short sword, and he slices downward on Orochimaru. He has Scorch Release on, so he throws a ball in one of his hands, kind of like Rasengan, but he just throws it, and then he turns it off, and then he goes like this. He slices downwards, because Orochimaru would have had to dodge his sword, but he can't, otherwise he'd be hit by a Scorch Release ball. So he decides to dodge the Scorch Release ball and is hit by the sword. This really means Naruto has a chance to kick out underneath Orochimaru's legs, and as he's about to go and stab downward, Hashirama gets in the way and he takes the stab. Good, good, first Hokage. You see, Orochimaru say. Now Naruto he's like, yes, the first Hokage. He is. His Kekkei genkai is wood release. Then he uses his power and he touches Hashirama in a fight, and he actually gains the ability of wood release. So now he doesn't know perfectly how to use this, but he places his hand downward, and I believe he's going to. I believe the Hashirama, being himself, would at this point in time would start to give pointers, and this is when what's his name is Orochimaru's like, all right, well, time to make it so that they can't speak at all, and I take full control. So then he would take full control, and it'd be Naruto versus them. And it comes down to the point where Naruto is actually incapacitating him with the wood release, and they're held up, and Orochimaru is going to actually basically he's going to go against Naruto and Sarutobi. Naruto rushes forward, blitzing. He slices towards his Orochimaru's Achilles tendon. But Orochimaru jumps up, kicks out Naruto's sword, and then he kicks Naruto backward. Naruto's kind of expected this, though, so he does more or less a back somersault. Then he rushes forward again. Then he pulls out a kunai, and he stabs Orochimaru in the back. Orochimaru, now distracted by this, he goes to focus his attention on Naruto. As he does this, Sarutobi comes up with his staff, and he basically starts destroying. Their teamwork, for someone who hasn't worked together at all, is extremely well. And they're just slicing down. And people are amazed because there's now, like, at least, I feel like it'd become a spectacle, more or less, for the Jonin. And some of the Chunin who have woken up now, they would see this and they would be like, oh my lord, this kid is worthy to be a Jonin. So now they're going against, and I believe Naruto would end up winning with Sarutobi, and this would lead to the demise of Orochimaru. Doesn't mean it's permanent, though, because you do have to remember, Orochimaru can be revived from curse marks. So now, I believe this would be the demise, and Kabuto would retreat in the process. Now, that's going to be the end of that part, and now Naruto is going to be probably named as, guess what? A Chunin. Yeah, he should be a Jonin, but you know, that's how the Leaf Ninja work. And I believe he's still going to stay on his team. That's how it's going to work. He's going to stay on his team, and he's going to be named Chunin. I don't know why he wasn't named a Chunin in the first place, but, you know, let's not talk about that. So now, there's no need to find a new Hokage because of the fact that Sarutobi died. But instead, they want a new Hokage because of the fact that Sarutobi wants to retire. And they ask Jiraiya. And Jiraiya says, you know, I wouldn't be fit for this. But I do think I know someone who would be. If you let me go find Lady Tsunade, then she could be the Hokage. The probability of you actually convincing her, no, I'll try, Jiraiya says. And I would like to bring Naruto along with me. So then they agree to this, and Naruto is going to go along with Jiraiya. When they come across, so now Jiraiya is going to go and do some pervy things. Naruto is going to stay in the hotel. The door's going to be knocked on, and Naruto opens it. It's Kisame and Itachi. Hello, Naruto. You hear one of them. You hear Kisame and Itachi reply. Say. Naruto closes the door behind him, getting into a battle stance. What do you guys want? You guys don't look friendly. We just want to talk, Kisame says in a weird tone. Naruto knows this is suspicious. Actually, Itachi says, we'd like you to come along with us, peacefully. And why would I do that, Naruto says. Well, we're after the beast within you. So now Naruto is going to he's going to end up battling him. and I believe he would rush towards Itachi. Itachi would place him under his genjutsu, and he would end up, turning into the birds in Naruto's vision. Naruto activates his Sharingan, and then he ends up breaking the genjutsu, and he's actually able to compete. And you see, now Naruto would have started to gain some clout from this, as you could possibly say. He is now basically he's seen as, let's see if you guys can make up a nickname for him. Kakashi was the copy ninja. What would Naruto be? See, now Naruto's been known as a fierce ninja, extremely fierce. He's been shown to have the most potential out of mostly anyone out of all the villages at his age. So now Naruto's just slashing at Itachi, but Itachi just keeps dodging. And then Kisame intervenes, and he ends up going against Kisame. He feels himself getting weaker. He's taking my chakra, Naruto says. He backs up, then he rushes in. He throws his short sword, and then he pulls out a kunai. Then he throws that. Then he pulls out a shuriken. Then he throws that. See, now those three things, they're all in unison. He throws them so that they all go at him at one. What's his name? Kisame. And they're all at different levels. So now Kisame is forced to go to one path to dodge, towards the side. As he does this, Naruto rushes in, and he actually provides a gut-wrenching punch that just causes Kisame to start puking out blood. Well, spit out blood. Naruto, basically this is Naruto's holding his own, and I believe Sasuke would still show up. Sasuke would show up, and he would be like, Itachi! And Itachi would be like, you don't have enough hatred, blah, blah, blah. And this would lead to, that thing going down. And Naruto would be kind of surprised by this. He'd kind of get a little pissed. So he'd rush at Itachi and start fighting him. And Kisame's pissed because of the fact he just got showed up by Naruto. Then Jiraiya gets there, and he puts them all in the toad mouth jutsu. And this leads to Naruto... the Kisame and Itachi leaving. They end up breaking away. They're forced to retreat. Then Naruto grabs his sword, wipes it off of the drool from the toad mouth, and this would lead to them sending, Guy still comes in, kicks Jiraiya in the face. Then he takes Sasuke. Now Naruto and Jiraiya would still come across Lady Tsunade. When they come across Lady Tsunade, she's still going to badmouth the Hokage. Naruto's going to get pissed. He's going to be like, no, you're not going to do that. I want to be the Hokage. That's my dream. He's going to be like, and Sarutobi, I fought right next to him side by side. He's a G. He's a G. Just, let's be honest. That's what he's going to say. He's going to be like, don't badmouth him. He's a true warrior. And they would probably end up going outside for a duel. Naruto's gonna rush in. He's gonna throw a kunai as a distraction. Tsunade was like a little surprised by this, but then he gets even more surprised when she sees there's a paper bomb on it. It explodes, and Naruto rushes in. He used it but it wasn't just a normal paper bomb. It was more like a smoke bomb, I'm gonna say. It's more like a little ball, kind of like a paper ball, and it explodes in its smoke. Now, this masks Naruto's presence for a little, and then he does shadow clones, and that masks the thing that she doesn't know which one is which. Naruto rushes inward. They all have their swords out, and then he brings it down, and he slices. And this is when he starts to actually ends up causing Tsunade to use more than just her one finger, and he pokes fun at her for it, and she starts to get a little pissy. And at that point in time, he's going to end up showing how strong he is, and I believe he would have already started learning the stages of the Rasengan. He would have been, probably at this point, he would have already had it mastered. Oh wait, he already had the Rasengan mastered. He already had the Rasengan mastered. And I needed to say thank you for whoever was in the comments telling me about the 5-finger Rasengan. I forgot about it. So then he's going to actually bring up the 5-finger Rasengan, and he's going to attack right into the stomach, and this is going to send her flying back. She's like, what is that move? Jiraiya's like, what is that move? Naruto's like, oh, I developed it. See, my past teacher, Kakashi, he taught me the 5-finger, he taught me Rasengan, and I developed 5-finger. That's genius, says, what's his name? Jiraiya. So she would eventually agree to this, and when she agrees to becoming Hokage, she comes back to the village, and I believe Naruto would say hello to. He'd probably end up getting challenged by, instead of him. I don't think he would really visit Sasuke in the hospital in the first place, so he probably wouldn't get challenged right away. At least he would hear about something, and I believe he would hear about. He'd be training with Lee, because Lee would eventually begin recovering. And as he recovers, Naruto's just like, "You could do this, Lee. Come on, you could do this. You know you could recover." He's like, "You have to recover. Who else is gonna be my rival other than you and Neji?" So now this is gonna lead to Lee getting that like. Then you see Might Guy come in. And he's like, and the power of youth, and saying all that, and this leads to everything getting emotional between Lee and my guy, and now Naruto is going to hear about. He's gonna be training with Neji. They're sparring, working on their taijutsu skills, of course, and the Byakugan, and this leads to them getting an announcement. Sasuke Uchiha has left the village. Sasuke Uchiha has left the village. And that's going to be the end of this part. If you guys want to see another part, hit the subscribe button, hit that, turn on the post notifications, and smash the like button. Thank you guys.